Hey, thanks so much for checking out Dillo's Days on the YouTube. She is Jen,
Hello.
and I am Frank, and we are back together again for a little something we like to call What's
What's in
in
the
the Attic.
attic? In the attic.
I think that was the closest we ever got to
I
being
don't
in
know about
sync.
that. I don't really know about that.
What's as
It's
close as it?
only when we're in person.
That's right. So here's the deal. You might know it by now. We have hoarded 35 plus almost 40 years worth of Disney nostalgia awesomeness. It started last summer with a box Jen found in Mama and Papa Dillo's attic. We have moved on to my awesome accordion folder here. Who knows how many years this can go on for? There is a lot of
There's
stuff.
plenty. We could do a whole what's in the random room in Mama and Papa Dillo's house that used to be my bedroom when I was really like a baby, but I'm not anymore because that room is full of posters and tchotchkes, and that room alone is an episode.
What happened to that room? What happened to that room? The treadmill. It was a computer room.
It was a computer
treadmill
room. Was it the computer room after my bedroom? Because we moved around in the rooms, so it became the computer room after, where my first experience on the internet happened on AOL. That's where I would get really mad at the computer during dial-up. You want to see anger? You want to see me angry? Go back to teenage Jen trying to get onto dial-up. That's some angry.
That's some childhood adolescence right there.
Why is it not working? Yeah.
All right. So we got 3 items. I will say for this episode, it is 3 items from different Walt Disney World resorts. No, I'm lying. 2 of the 3 are from Walt Disney World resorts. And the third is a classic in its own right.
Okay.
All right. So we shall start.
Yep.
Jen, any questions?
No, you haven't started yet. So I
now
have
some of the stuff we talked about this on the last edition of What's in the Attic. Is that when the maps were around, we maybe grab more than one. If there's like a souvenir guide that was like take one, we took 7. Sure. This is just how we were. And then there were some things that you weren't supposed to take that just miraculously ended up in our suitcase.
Towels.
I mean, there may have been a time in the early to mid 90s that every towel that we had came from
It's only Disney towels. By the way, it's so gross. It's so gross. like I would never, I mean, first of all, post-pandemic, of course not. Even pre-pandemic, just adult Jen would never be like, was this a pool towel? I'll take this home with me. Gross. I know they're washed, but just the idea of them didn't bother me growing up, only using those after my showers.
Yeah, to be fair, those weren't the only towels, but it's probably the only towels that Jen and I used because we're like Disney towels.
Yes, the beach club.
I think my feeling on it changed a little bit after I saw how much they packed the laundry.
Yeah.
As a cast member, like they got like a battering ram that they're getting as many clothes in there as possible. And I was like, is it really? I mean, I'm sure they're putting in a lot of detergent and a lot of the Downy smell. Like Downy now is I relate to Disney. Like I can't put Downy in anything because I'm like, whew, Disney.
Right.
That's how
we have a very strong sense of smell, but it's what do I want to say? It's a sensory thing. Our noses will take us anywhere.
Hence our love for Disney lobbies.
Speaking of noses, maybe I'll cut this story out. Maybe I won't. We'll see how it goes. I think one of the things with the towels that would get me is growing up almost on a daily basis, I would get bloody noses. And so literally almost on a daily basis. And so often it would happen while we were at the pool at Disney because I was going underwater and I would hold my nose, or I would like have a nose plug on or something because I didn't know how to swim underwater. I still don't know how to swim underwater without holding my nose.
I still try to practice.
But and then so some of those towels would just end up being used as on my nose because that was the closest thing when I would get a bloody nose. So that kind of got me after a while of like, what happens to this towel?
What did we do with those? We had to throw those away.
I
We
would
didn't
hope
put them in the
so.
laundry, right?
I don't know. I would hope they got thrown away.
Are you keeping this story? We'll see. So this is from Disney's Beach Club Resort. It's a little book.
Oh yeah.
You put on
That's definitely not something that was supposed to be taken home.
I don't think so. I don't know how it ended up in a suitcase. I don't know. And I don't know which one of us took it either. If one of us did. If it left. It may have just fallen off the dresser. You know, when you're cleaning up and you're taking things just fall off and they fall into bags because you got your suitcases out. There's a lot happening on that last day. Yeah. So here it is, right? We got the dining section.
Mm-hmm.
Little Allen compass at the bottom there.
Yeah.
Beaches and cream, of course.
Yeah.
Under Hurricane Hannah's
Mhm.
grill. Is it still called Hurricane Hannah's? I don't know. But let me just read the Beaches and Cream blurb real
Sure.
quick. The classic American soda fountain dispensing sodas, shakes, and malts. Scooping up oversized sundaes and ice cream confections. But our pride and joy is the Fenway Park burger, made fresh as a single, double, triple, or grand slam, open from 11:30 a.m. until midnight.
That's right. That's how you do it.
I want the single, double, triple, grand slam to come back. It's a Fenway Park burger, by God. I'm not even a Red Sox fan, and I'm saying, this is your burger.
I know bacon burgers are good. I want it as an option.
Mhm.
I don't want it as the only burger on the menu.
Mm-hmm. So it tells you about the amenities.
Yeah.
It tells you, right, the Atlantic Emporium. You know, I think that was a love of the beach club we had early because it had Emporium in the title of their shop.
Yeah.
Over at the yacht club, the fittings, fairings, clothes, and what is that, boutique? My eyes are going, Jen.
Staring. You're old. You're so old. Are you? Did you reach your half birthday yet? November, December, January, February, March.
It's almost.
Oh, this month. Yes, half birthday.
All right. Okay.
A very merry unbirthday to you.
So, you know, it has the usual. It has little. What I like too is on the side. It has little blurbs to get you in like kind of the theme of everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like up here.
Well, because they also used to have the little cards they would leave on your pillows at night, which would have like a little Disney quote, little sweet dreams cards. When you came back from a long day at the parks, your bed would be turned down for you. You'd have a little card on the pillow that was like, a dream is a wish your heart makes, and sweet dreams. And it would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Listen, this is a quote from a Philadelphia newspaper in 1856. There are many flirtations on the beach, a favorite spot for lovers. The blind god also seems to have sought the sea shore and brought with him the bows and arrows for matrimonial purposes. Okay. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
It's kind of a random thing to put in there.
One goes to the seaside not for pomp and peacock's tails, but for saltness, nature, and a bite of fresh fish. Okay. And that's why you have the smell of the Cape May Cafe.
It's true. It mixes in with the smell of the lobby.
So that's the little guide, the directory of services is what it's called. Directory of services.
Something that fell into our bag during one trip.
Yeah, like you're like, oh, I thought that was my spiral notebook for the homework I didn't do on this trip.
Right. I thought that was my autograph book. My bad.
Too bad. All right, number 2. Now, which one should I actually pull first? What's that?
The homework you didn't do.
So on the season 1,
Yeah.
of What's in the Attic.
Yeah.
We spent weeks on various folders from the Polynesian.
Yes.
Kapow, Fort Wilderness.
Oh, that's a biggie.
Fort Wilderness. Look at the map on the back right there.
That's huge. You didn't go horseback riding, right? Is
No.
that only me and Papa Dillo?
Correct. I never rode a horse until my honeymoon 8 years ago in 2012.
And you've never rode one since.
That's correct. Because and have I told this story on the podcast or in here?
Don't know.
I don't somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm like a little, and surprisingly, I have marshaled a joust, a armored joust. I have been the person like calling everything. They're like, we'll get you on the horse sometime. They knew. Don't put this guy on the horse. It's going to be a disaster. So that's when I should have been on a horse back in 2005. Right. But no. So we go and I'm like, I've never been on a horse. We're in St. Lucia. So they bring out the horse for Mrs. Dillo, a beautiful horse. The horse's name is Princess.
Oh,
it's very nice.
That's nice.
They bring out my horse. They're like, trying to keep him. He's twice the size of Princess. And I'm like, oh, what's the horse's name? And they're like, Matro. And I don't remember what matro means because I didn't know I was going to tell this story for What's in the Attic. But
how'd that go?
Matro owned me that day. Let's just put it that way.
Because he could pick up on your vibes. You know what? 100%. You're very big on someone who's like, I feel vibes from people. I work off of them. That's what a horse is. That's all horses do. Horses are used for therapy because they pick up on vibes from people. Like if you go and just pick up a horse's hoof, you can't just do that if you're all like, it won't do it. It won't let you do it. You should have known.
I did know. I rode that horse into the water. You were able to go or walk through the water.
Or did it bring you into the water?
But it was like downhill dirt road. Yeah. You know that scene in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade where he's like hanging off the tank and like the rocks and the dirt are like falling in Indy's face. Yeah. That was basically the horse would just, I'd be like rocks, dirt.
So how did Princess do?
What's in the Attic?
How did Princess and Mrs. Dillo do?
Listen, Mrs. Dillo is from, horse country.
Horse country. Yeah.
Like basically like, one of the
main
horse capitals.
We grew up next to Belmont Racetrack. You have no excuse. You're talking about horse country. Just Belmont Stakes. Has anyone ever heard of that?
One of the Triple Crown. It's fine. Are we still on number 2?
Oh.
Here's if you want a guide to the TV station.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 3 channels?
Yeah, 3 channels. The main 3 channels. Channel 5, close up on Walt Disney World Vacation Resort. Channel 10, Around the World Today. We have I think we have a snippet, old school snippet, here on our YouTube channel. It's actually one of our most watched videos.
Yeah. Is
Around the World Today with the classic music. And Channel 11, the Disney Channel.
Right.
So there's that. I'll hit on other things here. When we were in Fort Wilderness, we did go to the Very Merry Christmas Party that weekend, December 9th and 10th, from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Party.
Also, I wonder how late we really stayed. Probably left at 9:30. We were there.
Is that when my feet fell asleep? Was that night?
Maybe. Special sneak preview of the Disney MGM Studios.
That's right.
Opening spring of '89. See how movies are made. See animators at work. Learn how special effects are created. Take a ride through the, quote, great moments at the movies. Then act in a, quote unquote, live television show.
You did it. You did that.
I did. On Theme Park Thursday, I just talked about my 2 superstar television appearances. Don't miss a single exciting moment at Disney MGM Studios coming spring of 1989. Special commemorative tickets available now at the Disney MGM Studio Preview Center in the Magic Kingdom. We have that on video somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and just so you know, after April of 1988, the area code is 407.
Oh,
Little fun fact.
interesting.
When did the area code become 407? After April of 1988.
And that makes sense because, you know, we knew the number, especially after Mickey Mouse Club and stuff, right? I mean, we knew this.
We'll have another one on a future episode of What's in the Attic, but the World of Motion souvenir guide from 1989. Yes. But we have a different year. We'll share that another time. And who knew that Fleetwood was the official RV of Fort Wilderness Resort?
Interesting.
I had no idea. And there's something sparkly in the back here. Oh, interesting. Looks like a little souvenir back here. Any guesses? It's a sparkly souvenir.
A pin?
It is a sticker of the Walt Disney World Electrical Parade.
That room. Oh no, we didn't discuss it yet then.
Oh,
So there is a room in Mama and Papa Dillo's house that on the door, it used to be my bedroom way, like when I was a baby. And that door still has that sticker on it.
Oh,
in front of it. Yes.
How much for the sticker? The price tag is on the back.
$1.95.
Lower.
Oh, 97 cents.
85 cents.
What? $5 now.
Oh, look at this. Tickets for the very Merry Christmas
tickets.
Party. Tickets. Programs, tonight's lineup. Is anyone going to get a Nassau Coliseum New York Islanders reference right there? And this is the Pioneer Hall menu for the Country Morning Jamboree.
All right. Nice.
Which we did not do. We were like, no, we're going to the Poly. We're going to the Poly for any character breakfast. We go to the Poly. That's
it. It is my dream to have a tiny house and to drive it down to Fort Wilderness and park it there for 30 days, which I believe is the max you're allowed to park in Fort Wilderness. Not that I've ever looked that up.
You and Mrs. Dillo love the tiny houses.
Love the tiny house. Oh God.
We're hoarders. How are you going to have a tiny house?
Have you seen my kids' playroom? There's plenty of room. No idea, but all I want is a tiny house and I want to drive around this country in it, and that's where I want to live. And I want to park for 30 days in Fort Wilderness, drive around, come back, park for 30 days, you know, basically just live in Disney.
Fair enough. Final thing. Houses. It's amazing how many tangents we can go on What's in the Attic.
Yeah.
Final thing.
Final.
The Disney MGM Studios pictoral souvenir.
Nice. Good one. What do we got? Oh, yeah, classic.
Jen, price tag is on the back. How much?
How thick is it?
It's not that thick. It's
$10.95.
Lower.
$5.95.
Lower.
What? $2.95.
$2.50.
That's ridiculous.
And for $2.50.
How much would that? $15.
$2.50. And it's like, it's crazy.
You can't get anything for $2.50 in Disney.
No. So
not even a bottle of
some
water.
Nice animation in there. Hollywood Boulevard. Step into the golden days of Hollywood. Oh, wait, miss it. Look at the lighting. All right, now you want to get depressed? A spectacular journey into the movies. Listen, in May 2021, I'm gonna ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Hold on to your hats, kids.
Do you have an old cell phone of yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Bring that as well. Take video of you on the ride as well as video of the ride, so we could see your reaction going, what is this?
It's gonna be interesting.
Getting angry.
I'm hoping just to let go and enjoy it.
How are
I
you?
love the amount of pages they dedicate. Like they got the poster in Gangster Alley
Yeah.
from the Public Enemy on here, for
Mhm.
goodness sake, because that's how important it was.
There used to be a hidden Mickey under there. Under that
Yeah,
poster.
I mean,
Yeah.
halt, unbeliever. That's also, when people still trying to guess what's in our intro, there's a halt unbeliever in
There
our
is.
intro to
That's
the Theme
right.
Park Thursday podcast.
Holt Unbeliever.
Superstar Television, The Monster Sound Show,
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Jones, Epic Stunt Spectacular. Only one remains. The Backstage Studio Tour. Let's see what's in. Enter a fascinating world behind the scenes. There's a lot of extras and a lot of costumes
Yeah.
here. So you can see someone from Hoop-de-Doo down here.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Lots of different. They're like, all right, everyone show up to the soundstage, please. And oh man, the Golden Girls house.
So good. When they used to have the Osborne lights on it, nothing better.
I've been on a Golden Girls kick lately. Because now that it pops on right after. Because listen, this pandemic, Mrs. Dillo has carried these Hallmark movies right into all year. No. Preparing for Blast Off in 1990. Bam. Star Tours. Look at that. They own Star Wars now, for God's sake.
So good.
They own it.
Hashtag always MGM. This is why.
Always MGM. That's going to do it for this episode of What's in the Attic. Make sure you check all the other episodes out in the archive. Lots of random goodness for sure. Until next time, she's Jen. I'm Frank. Bye-bye.
Deuces.
What's in the attic?